All right, let's dive right in. In the wild world of AI, you've probably seen the headlines about what looks like a classic heavyweight fight. The reigning champ, NVIDIA, versus a seriously powerful challenger, Broadcom. Today, we're going to pull back the curtain and figure out what's really going on here. So everywhere you look, people are talking about this as the next great tech war. This epic story of a king fighting to keep his throne from a new contender. But is that what's actually happening? That's the big question we're tackling. Okay, first up, let's set the stage and look at this new challenger that's got everyone talking, Broadcom. And yeah, the buzz is real. It's everywhere. The story is just so compelling, right? The big, established giant and the new powerhouse stepping into the ring. And believe me, they are not showing up empty-handed. So what's making everyone snap to attention? It's this number, $10 billion. That's the rumored size of a deal Broadcom just inked with OpenAI. A deal that big, that's not just a press release, that's an earthquake. But to really get why a company like OpenAI would even make a move like this, we have to talk about a huge, huge problem that's been bubbling right under the surface of this whole AI boom. It's what people are calling the AI arms race dilemma. And at the heart of that dilemma is this number, $35,000. That's what it costs for just one of NVIDIA's top-of-the-line AI chips. And here's the thing, you don't just need one, you need thousands, tens of thousands, maybe even more. And that, right there, is how you get an arms race. Every company feels like they need to stockpile as many of these incredible chips as they can get their hands on. But the cost? My gosh, it is absolutely astronomical. It's putting a massive financial strain on even the biggest players in the game. I mean, this quote really hits the nail on the head. For a lot of these companies, the path they were on just wasn't sustainable. Trying to win this race by only buying NVIDIA chips, you could literally go broke before you even got close to the finish line. This has created this desperate, urgent need for a different way forward. And this is where our story takes a really fascinating turn. This desperation for a new approach, it opened the door for what we're calling the custom-fit solution. And this is where Broadcom comes in, not as a copycat, but as something else entirely. Let me put it this way. Think of NVIDIA's chip as the ultimate high-end chef's knife. It's incredibly powerful, it's super versatile, it can do pretty much any job in the kitchen and do it really, really well. Broadcom, though, they're not trying to build a better chef's knife. Nope, they're crafting a set of surgical tools, custom-built, super specialized chips designed to do one specific job with absolute perfection. And this custom approach, wow, it delivers this amazing 1-2-3 punch of benefits that solves that whole arms race problem. First, they're cheaper. We're talking up to half the price for big clients. Second, they're way more power efficient, which is a massive deal. And third, because they're tailor-made for one job, they can actually beat the general-purpose chip at that one specific task. So this brings us to the real story here, the big reveal. It's not about fighting stronger, it's about working smarter. And we're seeing this huge strategic shift in how the biggest companies are thinking about their AI infrastructure. So who's jumping on this smarter bandwagon? Well, the list is basically a who's who of tech. Google, Amazon, Meta, the company behind TikTok, and, of course, OpenAI. These guys aren't throwing out their NVIDIA chips. They're building a smarter, more balanced system that uses both. And there's another super important practical reason for this. It's called risk diversification. You don't put all your eggs in one basket, right? Relying 100% on one supplier, even one as good as NVIDIA, is a huge risk. If their supply chain hits a snag, your entire operation could just stop. Using both builds a much safer, more resilient foundation for the future. And this is the core idea I really want you to take away from all this. This isn't a replacement. It's not a war. It's a partnership. Companies are using NVIDIA's chef's knife for all their general R&D, and then they're using Broadcom's surgical tools for those specialized tasks they have to do over and over again. It's a hybrid approach, and it's brilliant. So, what does this all mean for what's next? Well, it looks like these two companies aren't actually on a collision course at all. Instead, they're on parallel paths, and both of them are absolutely essential to power the next waves of the AI revolution. Because let's be honest, AI is so much more than just cool chatbots. We're talking about real-world robotics, self-driving cars,
breakthroughs in medicine, even exploring space. Every single one of these fields is going to need a unique mix of those powerful general-purpose chips and those super efficient custom-built ones.
And hey, if you're still not convinced this partnership is critical, get a load of this projection. It's kind of terrifying. If we keep going the way we are with only the chips we have now, it's estimated that by 2045, data centers would need all of Earth's energy to run. Let that sink in. All of it. Suddenly, making power-efficient custom chips isn't just a good business idea, it feels like a global necessity. So, the story of NVIDIA and Broadcom isn't a simple war for dominance. It's a much smarter, more complex story about synergy and parallel paths. Which leaves us with one last big question to chew on. Will this new kind of partnership create a more balanced, sustainable AI revolution, or will it just put the pedal to the metal and accelerate us into an unknown future even faster? Something to think about. Thanks for tuning in.